Well, not only are we going to move on to chocolate-covered bacon and other goodness with Delene, but in case any of you haven't heard yet, today is National Beer Can Day. Hello, which is why we're all imbibing in beer in the studio. So I don't know if anyone has a favorite beer can that they particularly like. This is, you know, there's obviously National Beer Day, which is an entirely different day, but Beer Can Day just commemorates the fact that they started putting beer in these nifty, handy little devices called cans back in the 1930s. So we might have to pop this can in a moment, but anyone have a favorite beer can, a particular can design label?
Oil can from Foster's, absolutely.
Oil can from Foster's.
I'm a big fan of the...
I think a ghost just joined the 2, 3, 5 o'clock somewhere show, but anyway, okay, yeah.
Sorry, I'm a big fan of the big green and gold Mickey's can.
The Mickey's Big Mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those are good. And, you know, and it's kind of a new thing, but it kind of lends to an old college tradition that we had. I don't know if you guys have seen this new Miller Lite can with the shotgunning cheater. It's got a tab that you pop in with a key on the top.
And it just colleges everywhere are celebrating right now.
It's basically the equivalent of popping an ice pick in the bottom of your beer in college and popping the top because you can drink it just as fast. It's a vent.
You have that built in now.
Wow. Brady, you're enjoying a beer right now. Do you have a particularly favorite beer can? Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. One moment, Brady.
There we go.
Okay. There we go.
I absolutely love the Great Divide branding. Although I don't know if they have a beer can. It's well, I guess that doesn't really count then, does it? Shame on you.
Yeah, I love the Coors can where the mountains change colors when it's really cold.
Yeah,
it's really cold, right? Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
Genius marketing tool.
Oh, it is, and I got a soft spot for Coors. So
yeah, I do too.
You've got so many people that care nothing about their beer other than it being cold. And just the idea of that marketing tool is just genius.
Well, another very important part, if it fits in a golf cart.
What's that?
That's very important.
Sapporo, for example, won't fit in a golf cart.
It does if you crack the can.
Bad marketing on their
garbage bag.
Alexa, how about you? Do you have a favorite beer can?
I guess I don't, because I normally, if I have a beer, it's beer in a glass with some watermelons on it or something. So no,
I'm with ya.
But I like packaging generally.
Bottles only with me.
Oh, yay! Here comes Carrie. Carrie has joined us now, a little late.
In New York.
Oh, yeah.
She's in New York. Hi, Carrie.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm on a mobile phone in New York. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I'm outside of a restaurant using my ass off.
Which restaurant?
Where are you? Which restaurant?
I'm at Battelle in, let's see, South Avenue and Grove.
Well, we have the most important question tonight. Did you take a picture of your food tonight?
Ooh, no. No. But I'm going to.
Good. Well, you'll have to post it on Food Spotting and Forkley for us, so we can
I do.
Get there.
So Carrie is one of the other hosts of 5 o'clock somewhere, and she's with the Napa Valley Film Festival, and she's just logging in from New York on her travels. You can do that. Thank you,
Hi,
Carrie.
Everybody.
Hi. So Carrie, we've moved on from taking food pictures, and we're now talking about National Beer Can Day. And so do you have a favorite beer can design or a favorite beer in general you'd like to shout out to that comes in a can?
Oh my gosh, this is so bad, but I'm going to have to go with PBR.
Oh, look at that, right there.
They don't call it the Blue Ribbon Winner for nothing.
Are you guys drinking PBR?
Yeah, I'm about to pop this one. Yeah, I'm a little double fisting here, but we needed a can on the set, so. Okay, so I think we need to move on to this bacon that has been taunting us and looking us in the eye all night.
You guys had smell-o-vision. It's a brown sugared candied bacon with a dark chocolate top. So
I'm sorry, I heard bacon and chocolate.
Bacon and chocolate. It's
I'm going to move closer.
world, please. You guys have a bite.
The camera angle.
Yeah. So bacon, you know, I am, you know, I'm a meat scientist and meat are my.
Carrie. Sorry, Carrie.
So
It's the wind.
Yeah. Bacon to me is like one of the most versatile meats ever. I mean, I have vegetarian friends who eat bacon, and I'm like, there's something really wrong.
There's really nothing wrong.
There's hope for them.
There's really nothing
there is
wrong.
Hope for them if they eat bacon. There is hope. But bacon's actually been around since about 1500 BC. The Chinese were the first to make bacon. The Romans had a product that they called patasso, which was the pork shoulder, that they boiled with dried figs and then served with pepper sauce and wine. So, and then
that sounds delicious.
Yeah. Sounds a little odd to me. And then the term bacon that we know comes from the Middle Ages, and it was from the French. Thank you. Bacco, B-A-K-O.
Thank you, DDA, our Frenchman
our
in the studio.
Local Frenchman.
Yes.
And or the Germanic Bacon, B-A-K-K-O-N. So between the two, both of which refer to the back of the pig. And it wasn't until
I've never really thought about it. Is that where the bacon comes from? Brady, do you have bacon?
You guys will be happy to know that Forky throws a bacon and beer festival, and we're going to bring it there.
We can't hear him.
We have cooked bacon. So.
Let talk. What'd you say?
So at Berkeley, we've started these things called the Bacon and Beer Festivals with a collaboration with these people out of Boston, and we're going to be bringing it to San Francisco soon. Here's the poster that we had for it.
Awesome.
900 pounds of bacon, 25 chefs, 20 breweries, and about 800 people showed up, and it was pretty awesome. So,
well, cheers to that. Wow, that's great.
So it's coming your way soon.
So maybe, Brady, you can point to the part of the pig on that diagram for us to show us where the bacon comes from?
Yeah, point. Yeah.
The diagram just got put away.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
So,
Brady, how big is your team there?
We have 5 people here, including myself and my co-founder Martin May. So
you're just the talent, right?
Yeah. I just work here. I don't know.
Okay, so please do tell us more.
So around the mid-1600s, bacon became the pork belly product that we know, salted and cured. And it's taken many, the Italians have their own form of bacon, which is, we know it's pancetta. So the difference between American bacon and Italian bacon is that Italian bacon is typically salted, though I have seen some advertisements lately for some smoked pancetta. You have more aromatics such as fennel, some spices, nutmeg, black pepper added to. Where bacon, it's many times it's a brine, so it's a brined product, so it's injected or soaked in a saltwater bath, and then from there it's cold smoked. So it's not a cooked product. The smoke is made in one container and blown through. To kind of circulate around the product to give it that smoked flavor. And every wood that you use gives it a different flavor. Like tonight we have an applewood smoked. It's a little sweeter. You can get oak smoked. You can get maple. I had some cherrywood smoked. You can even belong to like
hickory and alderwood.
Yeah, hickory. Hickory is a pecan smoke. So there are different types of flavors that you can impart to this product. And actually, bacon is known to have single-handedly pulled the pork production back up out of an abysmal place in the 70s and 80s because chefs started using it, home cooks started using it, and bacon, which was kind of a byproduct of the pork industry, ended up being the king of all pork because of its versatility.
Well, as you can tell, I never miss a date with bacon. So can we start eating this while you're talking? Okay, good.
Eat while I talk. So another.
And then we have also some caviar and champagne, which we'll get going to in just a second. Are you all ready?
Oh, feel free.
Right. And please grab one or two pieces. But do you know, all of you guys are familiar with the term "bring home the bacon," right? Does anybody have an idea where that came from? It was actually a church in England in the 1700s, and the minister promised any man who could stand before the congregation and swear to God and the congregation that he had not had an argument with his wife for a year and a day. And any man who could bring home the bacon a year and a day. Now, I don't know the significance of it, but, you know, he had to swear before, you know, God and the congregation that he had not argued with his wife. And a man who could bring home the bacon was highly thought of in the community for being a very patient man.
What year was that?
That was, let's see, that's
what era?
12, let's see, I said 17. I misread my notes.
Maybe they were at war and they were not with their wife.
Right. Maybe that.
Well, I'm thinking with the bacon phenomenon right now that, you know, there are women right now thinking of writing this into their vows.
If I could interject.
Yes.
When I became married, my grandfather's #1 piece of advice to avoid arguments with the wife was separate bedrooms. So.
Oh, that's a
that would piss me off.
My parents just started doing that because my father snores so bad. She kicked him out, and it worked for them. Like, it's all good.
Well, that to me reminds me of war, and actually, bacon was a big part of World War II, which many people don't know. When they started rationing food, bacon was inexpensive. It was something that you could get more of for your stamps than other meat products, and so the women would cook their bacon. They would save all the drippings, and what they didn't use as seasoning, they would give back to their butcher. And then the butcher would then donate that. The
look on her faces had to be priceless.
Pardon me. It had to be a surprise.
I've been shot.
You want me to do it? Can you do it like that?
Sure.
So that's one of the sounds of Toot Sweet. Yeah. And that's one of the sounds 5 o'clock somewhere.
Not the squeak.
Get used to it.
So just out of curiosity, Alexa, do you see a lot of bacon photos pop up on Food Spotting?
Yes, if you go to our website and search for the best bacon in the world, you will find all kinds of interesting bacon mashups. A whole wall of bacon stuff.
That's great. That's great. But anyway, so the bacon drippings were used to make explosives for World War II.
That's beautiful.
I didn't know that.
No kidding.
No kidding.
A bacon bomb.
A bacon bomb.
It was a bacon bomb.
Bacon is a
It
pioneer.
smells like
freedom.
applewood, but it's killer.
Killer bacon.
Literally.
Killer bacon bomb. Wow. And now we're going on to Caviar. Our fish, it's good to have friends in the meat and fish business.
Man.
That's all I can say.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. Tell us what we have
Hi there,
here,
I'm
Chris.
Today we're serving a little bit of sterling caviar. I have personally tasted this stuff against probably 10 to 12 different types of caviar, and I find this stuff to be the best tasting. I was in the food service industry as a burned out chef for about 30 years, and I kind of walked away from it, so that's why I'm a fishmonger now, and I have a lot of friends in the business. But I've tasted this stuff. It's a farmed-raised white sturgeon caviar from Sacramento, actually. And believe it or not, this is California, of course. What they do is, in order to get the caviar, they raise the sturgeon and actually surgically remove the caviar so they can sew it back up, save the fish, put it back in the water, and a few years later they can get some more caviar.
Oh, that's really cool.
Brilliant. Really brilliant.
That's really neat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And please don't stop. Please.
Reuse.
And I was
I'm just going to keep on while I'm yakking.
And what are we drinking with this?
Stromsburg.
Stromsburg.
Need I say more?
Blanc de Noir.
Blanc de Noir?
Did everybody get a taste?
All right,
No?
Caviar, here we go. From bacon to caviar, this is the best show ever.
This is a good one. And the technology fix.
Yeah,
The latest app. Thank you again so much for joining us. We hope to have you back again when you're releasing new versions of
Yeah,
your
we
app.
want to hear more about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so what
For me,
tell us more about
caviar
that.
has to be served simplicity. Personally, I like it just by itself. A lot of people like to use the blini and the little creme fraiche and everything else. I don't want to cover up the beautiful fish. I want to taste it just like it is. For me, just a little bit of sweet butter and the caviar at the twist point. and a little bit of the Frenchman.
It's so light and it's so delicate and it's not.
Alexa, for you.
It's not fishy. It's not fishy at all.
It's horrible.
It's really, really delicious.
If I might be a bit pretentious.
Please be pretentious.
What I like for preparation of caviar in an appetizer format is to take sweet potatoes, slice them into about a little less than a half inch, maybe 3/8 to a quarter of an inch wafer. Blanch that wafer, let it chill, and just kind of sit and come back to normal. A little bit of cream cheese, a little bit of caviar, and it's beautiful.
Okay, so
that's my 2 cents.
Completely new to me.
That's my 2 cents.
I would have to see a picture of it first.
I will have to work on that for you.
I want to ask a question.
In the meantime, you can see caviar on set.
Chris, what is the difference in prices between the caviar from Russia and Persia and
Well, number one, you're not going to be able to find the beluga anymore because we pretty much fished them out. There's 26 different species of sturgeon in the world, and we pretty much fished a lot of them out.
Oh, that's bad.
That's the reason now where we're going with the farm stuff. This particular brand of the sterling up here in Sacramento, this goes for 56 an ounce retail at my store. And I do sell a lot of it over the holidays. We have Valentine's Day coming up. It's going to be a big lobster, caviar kind of a gig. So this is, and I don't want to carry anything else because I've tasted the rest of them. It's muddy. It doesn't have that pop. It's not a perfect caviar. I only want to serve the best.
Well, so tell us more about that because I, frankly, know nothing about caviar. I wouldn't know how to pick caviar. I mean, I've tasted it on a couple of occasions, but what should you look for?
Well, what you want to look for is a quick pop in the mouth, basically a snap. Like I said, the beluga is the largest. The Osetra comes down the farthest. It's a little bit smaller egg. You're looking for texture. You have to really trust your fishmonger when it comes to caviar because it's not something you can save. You can open it up, try it, and then a week later try it again. This needs to be eaten within 1 hour of opening. Otherwise, forget it.
Wow. So do it when you know
we're going to finish this entire 2 ounces, which is,
Okay, then I don't feel bad. Can I have another piece?
Oh, please.
And it's only the sturgeon that this comes from?
Only the sturgeon, yes.
Don't be afraid to do your homework on your fishmonger because if you got a guy who all the local chefs tell you, this guy knows what he's talking about. Regardless of what you know about the guy, if you got 4 or 5 guys that are running restaurants that are making more than $10,000 a day that tell you this guy knows what he's talking about,
believe him.
Then listen to him because they're probably buying a couple $1,000s worth of seafood from this guy a day. If they're willing to tell you that, like no chef is going to really put himself out there to recommend anybody else if he's a successful chef. If he doesn't believe it, so trust the guys in the industry that tell you what they tell you. You know, and if you're in Napa Valley,
that was a really good tip. That
if you're in Napa Valley, everybody knows Osprey Seafood. Nobody questions them for one moment. You know, and there's a place like that everywhere you go that's a major market, and you got to be able to trust that guy. And you can learn so much just from asking questions when you go to buy what you're going to buy. And trust that guy, and that's what he says. Don't try to question the guy who's a master of his trade.
He knows what he's doing.
That was a good tip that Michael brought on to one of our past shows. Michael Weinberg-Lynn, the owner of Osprey Seafood and Osprey Seafood.
A good-looking man, too, by the way.
Beautiful face for radio.
And he said the best way to know where to buy your fish as a consumer is to go to your favorite restaurant and ask them where they get their fish. And there you go. Yeah, great.
And in the Napa Valley, a majority of the restaurants you ask are going to say Osprey. You know, and like I say, that rings true for any major market.
It was really hard for me to change gears from going to the chef in the back of the house to out in the front of the house all of a sudden. So it's like I didn't make this choice lightly. Mike courted me for almost 3 years before I went to work for him because I wanted to, number one, I need to believe in the product, and I certainly do because I've been, buying fish from him for 15 years since I've been in the Valley. But I also wanted to have the fact that it's the best. My God, it's the best.
Totally.
I mean, you can say what you like. Yeah, I might be expensive, but it's still the best.
Well, thank you for bringing such treats, you guys. This is a really great, what a great show. I'm just saying, overall, what fun, don't you think? This is really awesome. And it, in part, due to our great guest,
Brady back
more champagne is needed. I've stopped drinking beer. That's the problem.
Well, you're supposed to mess up Alexa's name, not Brady.
Well, Alexa, I have to say, my daughter is Alexa. So your name is like, I'm like, oh, another Alexa. But
How hard is that?
Cheesecake.
Yes. So thank you so much to Alexa from Food Spotting and Brady from Forkley. We really, really appreciate your time tonight. Bravo. You guys are great. And we really do hope that you'll come back and join us again when you have more exciting news to share, or even just for fun, like just log in and be part of the conversation, share what you're seeing.
Yeah, they're not busy.
Food.
They're high-tech startup founders.
Yeah, they've got time.
They've got all kinds of fun, I'm sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bacon and beer up to San Francisco and Napa. Bring it up to Napa.
Yeah, bacon and beer in
Bacon and
Napa.
beer
We want to see it come here,
yeah.
Brady.
Are they?
They're muted, I think, but we'll unmute them real
I
quick.
already have.
Anyway, and thank you, Anita, as well. We really appreciate you joining in, even though it was a bit late. So
Yeah, thanks, Anita.
yeah, awesome. And we now know that it's probably 5 o'clock somewhere else.
You
right?
think?
Yeah, that's what happens around here. It's
Yeah.
5 o'clock somewhere
Cheers.
else now.
Exactly.
6 o'clock here. So tomorrow night we have an amazing show, and the topic is wine.
Vino.
Yeah.
Because we don't get enough of that around here.
Yeah.
Once again.
Yeah.
And happy National Beer Can Day.
Yes.
Drink more beer.
Okay, cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. See you next time.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Did I get you? Bad luck if we don't.
I know, it is.
Dude, you left